Hello everyone, and welcome to RNG University. On tonight's episode of Friday Night Killer, we're gonna blast all the way past the Eldraine for the Explore Adventure game. So I'm gonna play an adventure deck. This used to be all over the place in Eldraine, right up to when Omnath, the Locus of Creation, got booted from the standard. We are coming up for another ban list, so let's call back to the last time ban with this active and talk about a deck that banned Omnath, the Explore Adventure deck. Or back then it was just the Adventure deck with Omnath. So this deck kind of plays a lot on the Adventure ability. In Edgewall Innkeeper and Lucky Clover, every time we create a cast an Adventure spell, we draw a card, and every time we cast an Adventure spell, because the Clover, the Adventure spell triggers twice, or copies it twice. Or copies it again, rather. And it's that good, and the number of times we have Lucky Clover out is the number of times we can Adventure, which is crazy good. So the deck is very, very strong in Standard. I wonder how well it will do in Explore. So here is, in the early game, we have 2 Giant Killer, really not an early game card. We can use it to kill a big creature, or just play as a 1-2 that taps down a creature. We also have an Edgewall Innkeeper, which is, like I said, 1 mana 1/1 that whenever you cast a creature spell that has an Adventure, we draw a card. And then we have Fae of Wishes. This card is fantastic, and the main reason why I love this deck, because it plays with your sideboard so that you don't just have 60 cards. You have 60 cards plus 7 additional choices. Make wishes! And then we have 4 Lucky Clover, double our Adventure, or add onto the Adventure whenever we need to. We have 4 Brazen Borrower to bounce our opponent's permanent, and if we can double that, it's even better. And we also have 4 Bonecrusher Giant to deal 2 damage, and when we can double it, it is great for a 2 mana 4 damage. And then we have Omnath, the Locus of Creation. 4 mana 4/4, looks to be kind of underwhelming, but wait until you see it in action. Comes into play, draw a card, landfall, first gave us 4 life, if it's the first time this ability trigger, and gave us 4 mana if it's the second time this ability trigger, which help us Adventure even more, and the third time it does 4 damage to every opponent and every planeswalker they control. Amazing ability. In Standard, where we're not playing EDH, we don't have a big, wide board that we have to deal with our opponent, this card is such a heavy threat. Then, 4 Escape to the Wild, exile top 5 card, we can play extra land this turn, and then we can play all the exile cards until the end of next turn. Crazy. And then we have 4 Beanstalk Giant. This may look like a 6 or 7 mana drop, but it's not. It is all about the Fertile Footstep. Here, you can see that we can search our library for a basic land and put it into play. Put it into the battlefield. Not even tap, just put it in. If we have a Lucky Clover, that's 3 mana, ramps 2. And they come to play untapped, so you can play 3 mana, ramps 2, cast a Bonecrusher Giant's Adventure, and stomp people. It's so crazy of a deck back then. I wonder how good it is in Explorer. The land base is a little bit wonky. I kind of had to cut the Explorer lands, or I had to cut the standard lands back then and add in some better lands. I need to have a lot of basic lands because of the Beanstalk Giant. So 2 plains, 2 islands, 2 mountains, 6 forests. Right? We are a 4-color deck at the very least. And then we also have all of the shock lands. Now, a lot of the deck lists I found uses the check lands. Basically, if you have a basic land of the type, it comes into play untapped. That's probably better because you don't shock yourself, but I'm not going to go out and craft 6 extra lands. So I have these lands crafted back when I was trying to play Historic Brawl before they ruined it with Alchemy. So we have all these lands. 1 Hallowed Fountain, 1 Steam Vent, 1 Stomping Ground, 1 Sacred Foundry, 1 Temple Garden, 1 Breeding Pool. If you don't want to use these, you can also use a slow land. The ones that come into play untapped, you have 2 or more lands. That also works because we're going to have a lot of lands. This deck runs a lot of lands. It just doesn't work in the early game because they're going to come into play tapped, and we might need to have turn 1 and turn 2 untapped. We also have the Triomes, 3 Kitra Triome, and 1 Raugrin Triome. I want to have more, but I don't have more. See, I only have 1 of this, and I only have 3 of those. So I want to have 4 Kitra and 2 Raugrin, and I can maybe cut 1 of these, or 2 of these shock lands if I need to. Don't need that many white ones, because the only white spell is Omnath and Giant Killer. And then we have 4 Fabled Passage to help us get our double trigger off the Omnath. And you know how good double trigger will be on Omnath, because the second part is 4 extra mana. So Fabled Passage effectively gets us 5 mana if we can fetch a land out. So that's how good it is. Don't forget though, Fae of Wishes, the 2 mana, the 4 mana spell, granted, actually gets us a card from the sideboard. We have Lucky Clover, There's multiple cards on the sideboard. What do we have on the sideboard? Well, Pithing Needle, Rest in Peace, Negate, Stormwrath, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, Farewell, and Ugin the Spirit Dragon. It basically has answers for everything, and you know we're gonna have a pretty good time if we can get the Fae of Wishes out on these things. And the great thing about Fae of Wishes is that we can play out early game. It's fine because we can then bring it back to our hand. Discard 2 cards, return Fae of Wishes. We can return Fae of Wishes back to our hand, and then cast it for granted if we need early game blocker, and late game we need some wishes. I also think this works. I also think this works if you have a bigger sideboard, 15, but I don't think it works in best of 1. So that's why I only have 7 cards in sideboard. You're not allowed to have more than 7 cards in sideboard for best of 1. This is known as a wish board, I think. So yeah, let's go and try out this deck. I'm gonna have fun, even if I don't win a lot. I think it's fine. You know, it sounds bad, but I wanted to kind of branch out and explore and try out different decks rather than just the top tier meta decks. I wanted to kind of reflect back on some of the more fun and wonky decks and some more combo synergy. Sleepy Dragon. Okay. I hope it's not a freaking counterspell deck. Opponent goes first. Yeah, we're used to that. I kept this hand. It's not great, but it's also doable. Thoughtseize. Okay, what is he going to Thoughtseize? Probably my Clover, to be fair. I don't think he's going to take out the Innkeeper, if he knows what's good. Yeah, there's the Clover. Alright, so I don't need to play the Innkeeper. I'm not really playing anything out, so let's play the tap land out. Rakdos. Our opponent doesn't like fun, which, I mean, that's fair. Most opponents don't like fun. Oh no, I take 3. Here comes Fable. There it is. Alright, let's bounce the Goblin back to their hand. And we can play an Innkeeper. Not great, but I don't think he's going to kill the Innkeeper. We have everything but white mana. Also, this costs 5, so this is a little slow. Take another 3. No blocks. There's going to be Shieldred. Power Word Kill. Well, I mean, that's okay. Bloodtide Harvester number 2. Another problem is I can't kill Fable if I use the Stomper, but I have to use the Stomper, otherwise I'll probably die next turn. That is the unfortunate part of what we have right now. Alright, let's put out a Bonecrusher Giant. It's not great. It's not great. And they're going to get the Fable combo on us. Guess what? All this happened because opponent went first. Graveyard Trespasser. Yeah. I mean, we only have an Innkeeper, so it's not much. Okay, we can Fae of Wishes into our sideboard. What do we even have on our sideboard that can help? Pithing Needle? Huh. Pithing Needle on the Reflection of Kiki-Jiki? That's kind of fun. Right? That makes it useless. Alright, gotta go type up the Reflection. There it is. Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. There. Now the activated ability cannot be activated. I think that's what it does. Alright, still a lot of damage on our face. No Omnath for us, so that's probably game. Ow, ow, ow. I'm at 4. He has 1 card left. He's going to pitch it. He's a land. Pitches that land for nothing. Alright, we can escape to the wilds. Can we survive in an onslaught next turn? I don't think so. Let's see what we can escape to. Okay. Not gonna be able to escape to anything. Great. GG. Our opponent doesn't like fun, so we got beat down anyways. It's basically Rakdos in Standard, but with Thoughtseize. And Rakdos is already so bad that every one of those cards are going to get banned next Monday. So, you know what? It's fine. We'll let them have it. It's almost as bad as losing to Mono Red, because it's just people who don't like fun. Like, they're playing Magic for some reason. There's no reward. There is no reward on Arena for, like, monetary prizes, so I don't know what they're playing for. Anyways, let's have some more fun. We're ready to face Goron, number 2. Are those 2 eyes, or is that a different, like, letter? Oh, look, we get to go first. Not. Alright, so I'm going to keep. Not great hand, but also not terrible, I guess. I guess the question is, should I Fabled Passage into blue or red? And we're going to get Thoughtseize turn 1 again. Okay, Arena, you gotta do something about, not this person, but you gotta do something about this. I've been playing Explorer, and it has been a fun game, except for the fact that almost every game, I get Fabled Passage turn 1. So, I mean, Fabled Passage turn 1. I got Thoughtseize turn 1. So, what's the deal with that? I always go second, and I always get freaking Thoughtseize turn 1. How is that a fair game? Alright, they're black. They're Rakdos, again. Second Thoughtseize, okay. You're gonna take out my Clover. Because that's why they took out the Innkeeper. Let's go get a blue. Should I get a blue or red? I don't have 2 of each item anyways. Let's get a blue. Oh, look. Never punished. Alright, so I have blue and red. And then all lands. No cards to play, huh? Well, you're gonna get stomped. Can't counter. So, get stomped. Giant. I don't have any card to play either, but at the very least, our opponent's stuck on land because the double Thoughtseize. Just terrible people. Just terrible people is what they are. Fable. Turn 3 Fable. Turn 3 Fable. Just do it. Now, if I brought Omnath here, I can't even Fabled Passage. Yeah, there it is. I can't even Fabled Passage into the right cards. But what I can do is go in for an attack. No blocks. Fabled Passage into blue. I have 4 lands, so it's fine. I want to Fabled Passage into white, but I need blue for the double Brazen Borrower. And this way you don't get nothing. Alright. What are they going to play now? They didn't even pitch. They like their hand that bad. Graveyard Trespasser. That's not how it works. I mean, I have an Innkeeper, I guess. You got it. Go to my turn? Go to my turn. Breeding Pool. It's going for attack first. You gonna block? Yeah, there's the block. Passage. Or not Passage. Wild. Okay, we got an Omnath. Can't cast it, like ever. So, let's play a Forest. And play our Innkeeper. I think next turn is going to be Wild. Actually, can we even get both out? Tap 3. They have a Bonecrusher Giant. Alright, I'll tap 3 for... for a white. And then we'll Omnath. Intertapped or pay 2 life? Intertap. There goes my Giant Killer. Extinction Event. Okay, just to kill Omnath? You want to quit now? Yeah, there you go. Get out of here. Goron 3 can't count. That's what they get for playing Rakdos. They probably don't even know how to play Magic. Okay, our opponent gave us that game, to be fair. But it was just so embarrassing. How do we always play against the same deck and get Thoughtseize turn 1? Because this is basically Arena telling all the players, don't play Magic anymore, and don't give them money. This deck is very expensive. I didn't craft any of these cards because I was playing back in Eldraine days, but can you imagine people crafting these cards, trying to have fun, and then just get stomped by stupid Thoughtseize turn 1? One goes first. Yeah, there it is. Thoughtseize turn 1 again. We have good hand. We always have good hand. We always have the Clover. And we always get Thoughtseize out of the Clover. Red. Alright, something different. Mono red. I would say something different, but it's not really. Boros. It's Dreadbore Arcanist. That's interesting. Now, how many... I have to play a Clover, because then all of my cards get better. But how many things do you think he's going to trigger off the Dreadbore in just one turn? Because that's the only turn he's going to get. Anger? Okay. That's a good start. It's a lot of damage. I'm going to go down to 12. Okay, not that much. You're going to play another land? Another land. Sejiri Shelter. That's interesting. Alright, let's just Beanstalk Giant. Into a red and a blue. Alright, I don't need any green right now, so... A blue? Yes. And then a red. Where's the red? There it is. Alright, so do I want to double bounce the Monetary Swiftspear? No, let's just double Bonecrusher Giant right now. He can have protections, right? So, I don't know if I want him to have protections. Let's make him protect on his turn. He does have stick. There's protection. Actually, no. Damage cannot be prevented this way. Swift Sphere? Okay. What does it do? Oh, I gotta let him trigger the prowess. No, I don't want to let him trigger prowess first. So, target creature gets +2/+0 and trample. I want to bounce this with... No, I want to bounce this with the original. And then I want to bounce the Dreadbore Arcanist with a copy. If he protects the copy, the original still triggers, so I still have Brazen Borrower in the graveyard. Yeah, he protects the copy, which is not the right play. There. So he get rid of a Brazen Borrower, but his creatures gets bounced. And now, the real game starts. Ooh, Omnath. Okay, if I Omnath, will I still be able to play the Bonecrusher Giant. I won't be able to, huh? So I gain 4 life from this, but then I have to bounce both of these Swiss Spheres. Or I can just crush both of them. I also am not guaranteed another land from the top 5 cards. Oh, this is no bueno for either play, huh? Alright, let's just do this. Maybe we draw a red. We don't draw a red. Gain 4 life. I don't want to do it on my turn, but probably should. Because he can. His deck's full of protection spells. There's the Arcanist. He's gonna give it haste somehow. I have an Omnath to block, so I'm not exactly dead right now. Oh, okay. I don't have an Omnath to block, but that's fine. He just kind of wastes his whole hand. Escape to the wild. Escape to the wild. So I can play 2 lands this turn. So let's play. Do I need both lands? I can get 3 mana total, right? So that's not really that useful. Activate for a blue. Oh, I don't have a blue. Uh-oh. Okay. Mistake! And I can Bonecrusher Giant, but he can protect it, right? What kind of protection does he have? God's Willing. Protection from the color of the choice. We have a lot of lands, but that's all we have. He let the copy out. Okay. That's interesting. So, these are our adventure cards. I don't think he can deal 8 damage this turn. And our board's gonna get pretty wide. He might. He might do 8 damage. Oh boy. 5 damage. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. So we gotta double bounce these. I mean, we gotta play 2 lands anyway, so might as well do it here. Should I escape to the wild? Do I have 4 mana left? I don't have 4 mana left. So I can't even trigger Omnath if I draw it. And that's no bueno. Oh, right. 1 land this turn because I did not play Escape. Okay, well, I'm going to play the Bonecrusher Giant and then bounce the Swiss Spheres. How good is it to bounce the Swiss Spheres? Honestly, though. Oh, it's a good thing I did that, because I need to Bone Crush. Alright, where is this going? It's going here. Okay, so I get to play a forest and drop my Fae of Wishes. Oh, I can't. No blue. Drop another Clover. Drop another Clover, I guess. Alright, we got exiled. Actually, a lot of cards got exiled. Wait, no, that's Virtuoso. Homestead Courage. On his turn, no less. He's trying to get protection. What can I get from my sideboard? Storm's Wrath, Dreadbore Arcanist, tap himself out, huh? Well then, you're gonna learn that you should never do that. So we're gonna get a lot of cards. Let's get a that. We'll get a negate, and we'll get a rest in peace. Exile his graveyard. That's pretty good. All right, so the only card left is Escape. I don't need to play Escape right now. I do need to Storm Wrath. Kill his board. I will toss another land. Or should I toss an untapped land? Toss an untapped land. That land will be untapped whenever I need it, so I don't need to utilize it right now. Now I'm still at 3. Only drew 1 Omnath with 3 Escape to the Wilds. But we got a negate, so whatever they played, they could get negated. Actually, let's not activate that ability. Draw a card. Bonecrusher Giant, draw another card. Play the Triome. If I play Rest in Peace right now, I still have blue for negate, right? So let's play it. Get rid of his graveyard. I'm at 3. I have a negate, so he can see it. I have a big board. Good luck. I can also discard these 2 cards for Fae of Wishes again. Favor Hoplite. Alright, whenever you cast a spell. Okay, quit. GG. Alright, we explore all over his face. That sounds wrong. We adventured all over his face. That sounds way better. There's your adventure deck. Omnath is fan-freaking-tastic, and we're at 3. If we didn't gain that 4 life with Omnath, we would be at -1, which would be dead. Here's a random pack opening for you. And let's look at the deck list again. So I really like this deck. I really think it's a fun deck to play. It's not overpowered or broken. It has great synergy, as you saw with Lucky Clover, and how we can get so many card draws or so much damage. Everything is working fantastically well when you combo correctly. But you get disrupted by turn 1 Thoughtseize because your opponent always goes first. It's going to get a little frustrating. Either way, though, I think Explorer is made for adventure decks because that's very synonymous in the name. So that's what makes it fun. I really, really like this deck. I really liked it back when it was in Eldraine days. It wasn't the Oko Broken combo. It was just a slower Omnath combo that it has inevitability, has a lot of control, and because of Fae of Wishes, you have a lot of dimensions to play in terms of what you can put in your wish board, which makes the whole deck fun, right? The whole deck is about figuring out your outs, and which is my favorite kind of play in Magic. Well, that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's Friday Night Explorer. I'll see you guys next time.